You know, I don't know what kind of people are going to see this interview, but I think one thing that we take pride in is that, like, this isn't a super pro studio. You know, it wasn't custom built. There isn't a beautiful glass wall and hookups in the walls. This is like a home studio, but we make professional quality music from the home studio. And, you know, I know that everyone who loves to make music might have a microphone and stuff like that, but I think you really can be creative with what you have around you and make it something that makes you feel good. Like, I feel good in this studio because it's like, it's home. It started from what? The laptop and a microphone.
And a microphone and an interface.
What was the interface? Was
a Duet.
An Apogee Duet. And we would just record. I mean, we didn't really even know what we were doing. Like, learning something like Logic is something you never are done with. You're always learning more. But at that point, we knew, like, record and cut and fade. Like, that was it. So, and we didn't have any other gear. There was even a point where we had a mattress. We'd lean a mattress up against the wall and record vocals in this, like, lean-to mattress vocal booth just to kill any of the noise.
It didn't work at all. You still hear everything in the audio.
Now, this is like, what, 2007? Like, I was 17. My family had a Parrot at the time. So, like, bad ways to record music. But if we didn't go through all that stuff, like, you know, we wouldn't know half of what we know now if we didn't have those early beginnings of, like, just kind of improvising.
All the trial and error that kind of came with it. And that's the cool thing, too, is, like, all of the gear that we have in the studio, we didn't go out and buy this all at once.
We only need, like, a 7-inch speaker for this amount of space, but eventually, I mean, it's a huge dream to have bigs in a room. And, of course, the Adams bigs we saw them at NAMM, and they're just the coolest looking thing. It looks like a spaceship speaker.
And they sound amazing.
They sound amazing, too. So, yeah, I mean, it gets upgraded even from the interface. Started with the little tiny, you know, Duet and goes all the way up to now an Apollo 8. And so, yeah, it's just been like, it's been a labor of love, and there's a lot of stuff in here that has a story to it. We remember when we got it and why we got it. I mean, I have a Marshall Mini Stack that was made in 1990, and it's the only reason I bought it, because that's my birth year. So I was like, yeah, it's got to sound decent, you know, and I'm sure we can make it sound good. And so we have lots of things like that, and we're really proud of the way it's kind of come together over time. With the sub, it's fantastic to have, but a lot of times we'll just play on the Adams, the A7Xs, just to, like, reference everything. And then plus you get so used to them, you know how everything's kind of supposed to sound with your speakers. And then when we want to really turn everything up and blast it and hear how it sounds with the full low end, then we pull the sub on and we turn everything up.
Mix it from there. It's like cranking it up to 11.
Anything that is made from the same company, I would imagine, first of all, just goes together. Like, besides the fact that now we've gotten used to it and they sound really fantastic together, like, this is like its partner. You know, you have the two speakers and that's its partner. And so we were like, we got to get an Adams sub. And now it's really great, and the amount of tone you can get out of the MK2 is incredible, and it's something we didn't have before. We had sub that was really just boomy in general.
Yeah, there's definitely a clarity difference between our previous sub and this one, and that was when we turned it on. That was the first thing that we both said was like, "What? There's like frequencies that I didn't even hear before."